Semifinals of the Champions League. You got Bayern versus PSG. We got Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. And I know 80% of football fans are not going to want to admit this or say it because it almost doesn't feel right saying it. But the facts of this, I'm going to hit you with some facts. We are walking into and we are about to witness on paper one of the best semifinals that we have seen in years. And I really mean in years. And I know many people will have a hard time with admitting this because it's not a Barcelona, it's not a Real Madrid, it's not your typical Champions League semifinal game. But the facts are this: in world football right now, two of the teams that play the best football are Bayern Munich and PSG. Bayern Munich has probably the best number 9 in the world playing for them, Harry Kane. No one can really argue that. He's having a Ballon d'Or type season. Here are some more facts. Some of the best wingers in our game right now, if not the best wingers in our game right now, play for these two teams. Carvadona is a joy to watch. Luis Diaz is a stud that makes you question, why did Liverpool sell him? And then you have Dembele, who won a Ballon d'Or, and you also have Olise on the other side. We haven't even got to Vitinha and Musiala. Both these teams play unbelievable attack. Both these teams can defend really well. So I think we're in for a doozy of a game, bro. I think that we are going to have just a phenomenal football match with these two teams. I think that the attacking football is going to be great. I think the managers are really good. And I think it's a real, how do I say this? It's a real bright spot in modern football in a time where everything's so tactical, robotic, and boring, and it's freaking Bayern. And Bayern is a team that's always in semifinals and gets close to finals all the time. They've been that. They will always be that. This year, it's really nice to see teams from different countries build correctly, build properly, and I think they're here to stay. I think these teams are going to be two teams that are going to be hard for anyone to compete with as long as Harry Kane stays at top form and as long as PSG hold their boys together. Now, I saw some BS on the internet, like you guys are on the internet just like I am, bro, and I saw some BS talking about Vitinha has offered his service to Real Madrid. Bro, what am I seeing, brother? Like, I know for a fact a Madrid fan or a Madrid person wrote this because they got time on their hands, right? Because any real Madrid like supporter knows that Vitinha's just coming back or dealing with an injury that he took a couple weeks ago, has the World Cup coming up this summer, is in a semifinals for the second time in a row, 2 seasons back to back with PSG, and potentially can go to a final, cooking in France. And you think what's on Vitinha's mind right now is moving to Real Madrid? You guys really think that Vitinha at this moment in his career called up his agent, who I think is George Menz, and said, hey man, offer us to Madrid? You guys really think at this point in the season, with everything that's going on with Vitinha, that he called his agent and said, yo, tell Madrid that I want to go there? Like, come on, man. Like you got to come up with better stories, bro. These stories are getting out of hand, bro. This is like the last thing that I thought that I would read today, and I read that. And it just blows my mind, bro, that like Madrid is just in a place right now, and you guys know I'm someone who likes watching Madrid play, is just in a place right now where everything around Madrid feels so desperate. Every click, every take, it just feels so desperate. Like the Mourinho stuff, the Vitinha stuff, a lot of it just feels so made up, so fake, and so desperate. Maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of it just feels so made up, man. So anyways, that game looks absolutely phenomenal. And then we get another game that doesn't look so phenomenal, right? You get the Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal. By the way, I got to say who's going to win that game. Oh, no, man. Oh, no. I don't know, man. My heart is telling me Bayern's going to win it, but my head is telling me that PSG is going to back-to-back finals, right? It's hard for me to... How am I trying to say this? It's hard for me to go against the champions, bro. To go back-to-back to a Champions League final, though, is very difficult. I ain't going to sit here and lie to nobody, but it's hard for me to go against the champions. It's also hard for me to go against Bayern because they had such a good league table. They just did so good. So it's hard for me to go against them as well, but I am going to go against them, and I'm going to take PSG. I think I'm going to take PSG. I'm not going to say PSG is going to win the knockout. I think PSG wins this game, and I'm going to say this game ends 3-2. 3-2 to PSG. All right, that's what I'm going to call it. 3-2 to PSG. Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal. Again, not an exciting game. Not really a lot to say here. The one thing I will say is this. I see a lot of people saying that we're about to watch two teams that are just anti-football going up against each other. But I actually think that's the furthest thing from the truth this year. I think Simeone, yes, is someone known for like parking the bus, doing all that type of stuff. I think where he's known for that, okay? But the facts are that this year he's been a lot better and a lot more offensive. This team has actually been way more offensive of a team and less good defensively. And that's probably been their problem in La Liga this year, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at how many goals they've suffered this year, 37 goals suffered. Villarreal has suffered 37 goals this year, right? That's a lot, lads. 37 goals. Villarreal suffered the same amount as they did, okay? That is where Atletico Madrid's problem actually stands. So I think a lot of people want to say that PSG is this defensive powerhouse, but that's actually not the facts this year. The facts this year is that their defense is not that great. Offensively, with Julian Alvarez and Antoine Griezmann has been much better, and they can put up goals against anybody. So here's my thing. Arsenal is getting caught in a really weird time. Arsenal's getting caught in a time where the team is tired, injuries haven't been the best, and they're fighting hard for the Premier League. For that reasons, I think that their 100% focus won't be on the Champions League, and I think that Simeone is 100% focused on the Champions League, and the Champions League is all that's on Atletico's mind. They're pretty much resting players. So with that being said, I think Atleti is going to see off Arsenal. The first game, I think, I want to say that the first game, I think Atleti take the first game, and I think the second game is played to a draw somehow. But I'm going to say Atleti takes the first game, like 2-1. So I'm going to call Atleti wins the first game, 2-1. We'll see what happens about the second game, but I got to see how the first one plays out. But I think 2-1 in the first game for Atleti. I just think that they're more rested. I think their focus is fully on the Champions League, and I think Arsenal has a lot on their minds, bro. They're trying to not choke this Champions League. There's a lot of pressure. I mean, they're not choke the Premier League. There's a lot of pressure on these players to not be like the laughing stock of the league. So I think their focus is really, really heavy on not being the laughing stock of the Premier League. So for that reason, I think with their focus not being fully on the league, that will cost them. And I think on the Champions League, and I think Atleti will see it off. Yeah, I think. Let me know what you guys think, bro. You know what I just realized? I said the facts of this probably like 70 times in this video. Hey, but the facts of this, we get a pretty good semifinal game with Bayern PSG, bro. So I know a lot of people aren't talking about these games not hyped, but I think we should be very hyped. I think it is very, the stage is set for two awesome games. It depends how Atleti plays, and it depends how PSG and Bayern play each other. But I think we could be in for some really, really good games, in my opinion. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Again, they're not as hyped because it's not Madrid, it's not Serie, it's not Barca, it's not those teams that we're used to. But it should be hyped because these are really, really good games coming up. The Atleti Barca Arsenal one is a little bit but the other game's a fire game. Love you guys, man. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think.